big day politically in the UK. The budget. The wee woman's going to bounce into number 10 holding a wee red box. And everybody's getting their panties in a bunch. So, usual shite. It's the haves arguing with the have-nots, the left arguing with the right, and bamboozling people with a barrel load of shite. So, I thought I would try and give people a wee bit of perspective on a couple of topics that are up there politically. One being, right now, all the tax. The tax levels are getting talked about just now because of the budget, obviously. So you see all these people earning lots and lots of money in the media, bitching and moaning about how taxing people earning lots and lots of money a wee bit more. Talking about we need to spend more GDP on defence. Well, at the same time, bitching and moaning about the welfare budget. And if you go and compare the two, you'll see the disparity. So where are these people's priorities? Why are all these rich people on the TVs bitching and moaning about fucking higher taxes? Why are they bitching and moaning about the welfare budget getting increased in line with inflation? Anyway, let's get some perspective. So, here is tax levels in different countries. A wee table from 2025. Now, this will change for the UK today, right? But you've got the income tax, you've got sales tax, VAT, I think you would put that down there, and corporation tax. Now, this is them pretty much in a league table. How far do you need to scroll down to get the UK? So, we are, like, if you listen to the media, you would think that we were the biggest taxed nation in the world, in the history of the world ever. Not reality. Yes, you can do a bit of jiggery pokery and say that the tax levels in the UK are at the highest levels, I think, is it since the end of World War II? Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I've heard. But the tax levels are high. People with lots of money, aka talking heads in the media, they're annoyed because they're getting taxed more. This translates into the illusion that we are the most taxed nation in the world, and all these people are jumping ship and leaving the UK in their droves. They're all going to Dubai. They're no immigrants. They're becoming an immigrant because they're sick of immigrants. I'm going to immigrate because of these immigrants. Fucking hilarious. All they're doing is jumping ship to go to fucking tax havens. It's been done for a very, 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 very long time. They're just doing cost-benefit analysis. They'll probably fuck off to fucking Dubai, buy a house and still come back to the UK. Still stay in the UK. Just for tax benefits. So, we're nowhere near the highest taxed nation in the UK, in Europe, in the European nations. Nowhere near. It's 1, 2, Spain is the highest overall. Oh no, hold on. Aye, right, so that's that you've got, show you. Finland is the top, then you get Japan, Denmark, Austria, Sweden. Scandinavian countries have always famously been up there. Then you've got Spain, Iceland, China, Germany, then the UK. So we're 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th in relative terms in taxation in the world. So nowhere near the bottom, but we're not near the top. Another wee list that is quite interesting. the number of refugees countries take in. Now, it must be true, it's on Wikipedia. Now, the list is a list of sovereign states by refugee population. This article provides a list from the United Nations. A refugee is somebody who comes here and says they can't go back to their own country because of bad stuff. I might be paraphrasing a wee bit, but a good number which always gives you a better perspective. This is per capita, so they tell you how many refugees per 1,000 people in that country. So if you go down this list, the UK, it's an alphabetical list. United Kingdom, we've got over 500,000 known refugees. God knows how many undocumented and God knows. But that's working out about 1.82 per capita per 1,000 people. Now go down this list. Yemen, they've got 10 people. Venezuela, 5. But let's have a wee look at some of the... Turkey, fucking hell, nearly a quarter of their population is fucking refugees. Probably most of them Syrian, I don't know how it would break down. Syria, nearly 8%. Switzerland, nearly over 8%. Sweden, 14%. Oh, that's not even percentage, sorry, that's per capita. 14 per 1,000 people per capita. South Sudan, 22. Spain, got a very low one for some reason. I thought they would be higher, being right across the Med. South Africa, Serbia and Kosovo, Rwanda. So you kind of get what I'm... Hopefully you can see the point I'm making here. Getting a perspective on... And this isn't me saying there isn't a problem. It's me trying to get a perspective. You know, rather like looking at some of the stats, facts and figures. And remember, I stay in Glasgow. Glasgow has the highest, by far, I think almost double the amount of fucking brown people on boats getting put up in Glasgow than any other city in the UK. I don't know if that excludes London. I'll need to go and double check that. It might exclude London. Outside London, that might be a caveat. Outside London, we've got double the amount of fucking, almost double the amount of refugees than any other city. I don't know if that's per capita or numbers wise. But even then, man, our Glasgow's population's under 1 million nowadays. 650,000. I keep forgetting I can pause it and ask my brain, aka Google. 650,000 estimate Glasgow's got, man. And we've got, so we're no the largest city in the UK, but we've got the most amount of refugees, go figure. Anyway, so again, I'm not saying there isn't a problem. Things need to be dealt with properly and take away the incentives for people to come here illegally. And then even the people coming here legally, they've got like vetted properly. And if you can't get processed, this is the thing. If you can't get processed, you can't come in. You know, so I don't know how that would work legally, you know. But what I mean is, like, take away the incentives for people to come here, but put an incentive for them to come, if they're going to come here, come with some form of ID, some sort of papers to prove who the fuck you are, where you come from, instead of they're coming over here and fucking making up shite, you know. And then like the DNA stuff, can that pinpoint people's fucking place of origin to a certain extent? But fuck knows how that would all work. But in my simple brain, if you can't get processed, if you can't tell who you are, you're not allowed in. And that's people going through the legal route. You can even go around the route if you enter here illegally, full stop. and not through the proper channels, you're kicked out. But where are you going to kick them out to if you can't prove where they come from? How are you going to kick them out? You can't just fucking drop them out of a plane in a parachute into a country you think they fucking came from. As good an idea as that sounds, I don't think you can do that. Maybe Nigel Farage can do it, man, when he gets in. Anyway, there's some perspective on two of the biggest topics that the politicians are talking about here in the UK right now. And I don't know, it's always worthwhile getting a wee bit of perspective. We're not the highest taxed nation in Europe, and we're not the largest. We don't have the largest refugee population problem in Europe or the world by far. There's obviously a problem. It's the world right now, economic migrants in it, man, and all the war zones contribute to all the shite that's happening in lots of countries. Turkey, what was it, 23 people in every 1,000 they've got are refugees. It's because they're a transit point, if you think about it. If they're not coming across the Med and then bouncing across the Channel, they're using the land bridge, and that land bridge is Turkey. Because like, is Turkey Europe, Eurasia? Anyway. Ran over. But perspective is always worthwhile for getting your panties in a bunch and protesting outside of hotels without even like some sort of idea of what you would do with the people. Apart from like break into the hotel and set it on fire and burn people to death. It's a great idea, you know. Great idea. And live stream it. A great idea. Get wives or councillors or MPs or something to talk about fucking burning them out the hotels and all that, because people have got their panties in a bunch so much, man. I said the other day, my solution, man, more hotels, more barracks, just secure. So if you come here illegally, you don't have the freedom to roam the streets until you're processed. Simples. Get it, got it good. Catches, no cats, no cheese. Maybe some people with no perspectives were harmed in this filming.